This is my brother's setup, and yeah, it's pretty messy. My brother has been living in the same room for 7 years, and it hasn't really changed, but now it's hopefully time to change that. And as you guys can see, I have a ton of different products that I'm going to be using to transform his room.
I hit a new low and stumbled on gold. I want it right now for taking it slow. Never held me down.
Look at this guy's wall. This thing literally looks terrible. I mean, there's just a bunch of old tape. This wall is just completely damaged, especially this side. You could literally already see the paint. What is this, bro?
I don't do forgiving for a lot of things, yeah. Me over, I'm gonna do that shit right back to you. My new name Karma, and we coming back for you.
Dude, this is literally nasty. Look at how much dust there is. Like, literally, look at all this, bro. My brother has allergies, so no wonder, bro. Look how much dust this is. I have to literally clean all this. Dude, this thing is so dusty. In the back of his PC and everything is just so dusty. Like, he actually needs to clean his setup more. Look at this, bro.
Pull up in a big body, I'ma hop out with a 10 on me. I got brand new Getty Range on me.
I already made 2 videos completely redoing my brother's setup, but he already got it extremely messy again, so I bought some things to hopefully change that. He had a ton of pencils and just school supplies all over the place, so I bought this all-in-one stand, and although it's not the best looking thing, it should definitely help a lot with keeping all those papers and pencils organized. But for real, he really needs to keep his desk more clean, because at this rate, I'm gonna be remaking his setup like every month or so. I'm really hoping that this stand over here solves his problem of just having a super messy desk with like all the pencils and like books and everything all over the place. So his room literally has no LED lights at all, so I wanted to try something new in his room that I've never done before. You guys have probably seen on TikTok how people have like these RGB light strips at the very top of their walls, and it just makes the entire room that kind of RGB color. So I decided to go ahead and try that, so I bought like 64 feet of RGB strips, and it should hopefully be enough to cover their entire wall. This is my first time using a ladder, and I already know that hanging up all the LED strips like on the roof is going to take me such a long time. I'm not really looking forward to it. Imagine I fall off the ladder. That'd be kind of funny. All right, so I brought the camera up here, so hopefully I don't drop it, but I always wondered what was on the top of this kind of thing. I don't even know what you call it, and it looks like this room used to be purple or pink. Who painted this room purple or pink? What type of color choice is that? But yeah, I'm just gonna hang the LED strip all the way kind of up till there, and we'll see like how far I can wrap it. So Asus sent out a ton of new gaming peripherals for my brother's setup. The Scarber 2 mousepad from Asus is more of kind of a minimal gaming mousepad, but it really matches any kind of red or black color scheme setup. The best part about this mousepad compared to other mousepads is that it has a kind of special coating that makes it water, dust, and oil repellent. No offense to my brother, but I think this is a pretty good mousepad for him, because whenever I give him any of my mousepads, he makes them really dirty. This new keyboard is the ROG Strix Scope RX TKL Wireless Deluxe, and it looks really good. It's a wireless keyboard, so it will help make his setup look really clean because there's not going to be almost any cables. Not only that, but the keyboard is also super responsive. Paired with the ROG Gladius 3 wireless mouse, it just makes the setup look super clean since there's barely any cables on it at all. Just like the keyboard, it's super responsive and doesn't have any delay. My brother has been using the exact same headset for around 1 year now, and it's finally time for an upgrade. These new wireless headphones, the Asus Delta wireless headset, has really good sound quality, and of course it's also wireless, and I basically just hooked my brother up with a completely wireless gaming setup. They also sent me the Asus Scope RX keyboard, which of course is another wireless keyboard. This is a full-size keyboard, so it's really good for anyone who does schoolwork and also games with the exact same keyboard because it's not missing any useful keys. Just for now, I'm only going to put one of the keyboards on his desk, and then after the video ends, I'll let him choose which keyboard he wants. The RGB on both of these keyboards is really bright, so it makes it perfect for anyone who has a gaming setup. Again, huge shout out to Asus for sponsoring this video. Make sure to check them out with the first link in the description and pinned comment. Alright, so since my brother also uses this setup for school, I decided to give him like this little headlamp. I used to have it in my old setup and I had an extra one, so I just decided to give it for him, and then it basically will just shine a light like over here, so whenever he's doing homework or something late at night.
New city, new women, new.
Last time I rebuilt my brother's setup, I added these foam wall panels, but they just didn't stick to the wall whatsoever. I don't know if it was a material or the tape I was using, but they just literally were falling off. My brother decided to add these wall panels that I actually have in my own gaming setup, but I don't know if he didn't use enough tape or if it was just bad quality tape he used, but it wasn't strong enough at all, so then also those started falling off. What I'm going to be doing is using this super strong double-sided tape to actually firmly stick these wall panels up here so then they never fall off again.
Don't need no practice, take over the atlas. I just need that traction. Then I break her back, you know, hold her, she a cactus. Clubbing with her bad friends. She don't want no smoke, she gon' smoke to the max. I just walked in, my that bad James Harden. You don't want this.
I literally hate setting up wall panels, but they just make the setup look so much better. I mean, one, the ripped wall, it just looked absolutely terrible, but then just having these 3D art panels, like in whatever setup I add them, they just always make it look so much better. So I know his room has a good amount of RGB light already with the LED strips at the top of the roof, but I still wanted to add just a little bit more. These are the Govee glides, and I used to have them in my room, but I didn't really have any space for them anymore, to be honest, and I just decided to add them to my brother's setup. I've actually seen a couple of people put up these Govee glides like right next to the wall panel, so I decided to do the same thing in his setup. This actually looks a lot better than expected, and I think I might even add this to my setup. I mean, I'm just learning stuff, but probably what could be done in the future is if I add it on the top over here, I think it would make it look like even 10 times cooler. It would look really, really sick. His setup is definitely missing some RGB, so I kind of have some more things. I have my old star like projector over here, and then we have some cabinet lights and then 2 floodlights, and I don't know if I'm gonna set all these up because, to be honest, I'm really tired. I've already spent 3 hours like kind of building a setup. I'm gonna see like if I'm gonna set all this up. The floodlights were actually mad bright, and you can change it to any color you want, but like in my room, I think that blue or pink, like any kind of RGB that is that color, just looks by far the best. This was actually my old star projector from around 1 year ago, and I just randomly found it behind my mirror like a week or 2 ago, and I remember when I very first got it, my brother actually wanted one. If any of you guys are OGs, you remember my old videos when I used to have this set up. Last thing I need to set up in his room is his fake bamboo plant. I saw a couple of YouTubers had it and decided to pick it up, but to be honest, it probably wasn't worth it for the price. I mean, don't get me wrong, it definitely looks pretty good, but if you're on a budget, you definitely don't need this in your setup, and to be honest, it probably shouldn't even be more than like 60 bucks. Of course, it's a fake bamboo plant because by the way my brother takes care of his room, I would not trust him with this plant at all. Just being honest. By the way, my brother finally made a YouTube channel after some convincing. I don't know what type of content he's gonna post, but I think it's gonna be something gaming, so make sure to drop a sub to him down below. I also bought this metal poster from Display, and I actually really like their posters, but they are kind of expensive. It was like almost $95 or almost $100, and it just didn't arrive yet. I think it's arriving in like 2 or 3 days, but I just had to get this video out and I couldn't really wait, but then later I'll probably just add it to a setup. Alright, I never show this when I'm building setups, but look at just how messy the rest of the room is. Like, this is what you guys see on camera, right? Like, it looks like decent, you know? But then this is what's actually realistically like happening behind camera. So yeah, I just have to clean like all this up. I mean, look at this, bro. Look at all that junk. Wow. I just finished remaking his room, and it's now time for the final reveal.
I was down bad and the money coming to me so fast. Left the whole she a big dub, straightforward with it, I don't go back. Everybody living better, I still remember times